The UK has not been helpful. I never thought I'd see that. That's President Trump blasting Britain for not joining America's bombing campaign against Iran. But here's what Trump isn't telling you and why that's complete rubbish. Right now, as you're watching this, American planes are taking off from British soil to strike Iranian targets. RAF bases across the UK and Cyprus. These aren't American bases, these are Royal Air Force bases, and they're the launchpad for this entire operation. So is Trump right? Is the UK really not helping? Let's break it down. Welcome back to the war. So what did President Trump say? On the 3rd of March 2026, Trump gave an interview to The Sun and absolutely tore into Britain. He said he has not been helpful. I never thought I'd see that. I never thought I'd see that from the UK. We love the UK. He's talking about Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Trump went further. It's a different world actually. It's just a much different kind of relationship that we've had with your country before. It's very sad to see. And when asked if Starmer was avoiding help because he was courting voters, Trump replied it could be. He even compared the UK unfavourably to France, saying France and the NATO Secretary General had been great. France being praised over Britain. Now that has got to sting. But here's the thing. Trump's either being deliberately misleading or he doesn't know what his own military is doing. Because the UK is helping, not just in the way Trump wants to brag about. This is where it gets interesting. Let me show you what's actually happening on the ground. At RAF Lakenheath and RAF Mildenhall, these are officially Royal Air Force stations, but they're home to the US Air Force's 48th Fighter Wing and 100th Air Refueling Wing. Right now, American fighter jets are staging through these bases, refueling, rearming and heading to the Middle East. Open source flight trackers have been going mental. Military aviation enthusiasts are picking up dozens of fighter movements daily, but it gets bigger. But the real action isn't in Suffolk. In RAF Fairford, this is Britain's premier heavy bomber base. It's where the US parks its bombers. Initially, Britain said no offensive strikes from Fairford, but on March the 1st that changed. Prime Minister Starmer announced that the UK would allow American forces to use British bases for, and I'm quoting here, specific and limited defensive purposes to destroy Iran's missiles at their source. Read that again. Destroy Iran's missiles at their source. That's not defensive, that's strategic bombing of Iranian missile depots and launchers from British soil. And that's just the bases. Now add intelligence sharing. Britain's Signals Intelligence Agency has been working hand in glove with the NSA through the Five Eyes alliance for decades. We're talking real-time intelligence, target packages, communications intercepts, satellite imagery. The Americans aren't flying blind over Iran. They're flying with British eyes in the sky. And there's more. RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, British sovereign territory, sits perfectly positioned to support Middle East operations. It's been a staging post for British and American operations for years. Diego Garcia, another British overseas territory, is a crucial American military hub in the Indian Ocean. The UK isn't just helping, the UK is providing the infrastructure for this entire campaign. Without British bases, American logistics would be a nightmare. If you've ever wondered about your grandparents' or great-grandparents' military careers, I am offering limited spaces on our Military Legacy programme. Comment Legacy below and I'll send you the details. So why is Britain not taking part in the bombing? This is the question Trump's really asking, and the answer goes back 23 years, to Iraq, where Britain followed America into Iraq based on dodgy intelligence about weapons of mass destruction. British soldiers died, Iraqi civilians died, and that whole thing was a disaster. The British public hasn't forgotten. Here's a reason the UK government keeps saying they don't believe in regime change from the skies. They've seen where that leads. So Starmer's walking a tightrope. He's letting American bombers launch from British soil. He's sharing intelligence. He's providing the logistical backbone. But he's not putting RAF Typhoons over Tehran. Because the moment British bombs start falling on Iran, this stops being America's war and it becomes Britain's war too. And with 200,000 British citizens in the Middle East, that's a risk Starmer's unwilling to take. But let's not forget about the history. This isn't the first time Britain and America have fought together. Iraq 2003, Britain was the main partner, not Germany, not France, Britain. In Afghanistan 2 decades, British forces in Helmand fighting alongside Americans. In Syria, British tornadoes and typhoons striking ISIS as part of Operation Shader. The special relationship isn't just political posturing, it's been forged in combat. So when Trump says the UK isn't helping, he's ignoring 80 years of British soldiers fighting and dying alongside Americans. If Britain decided to go all in, they've got RAF Typhoons that have proven themselves over Libya, Iraq and Syria. They can carry Storm Shadow cruise missiles that can hit targets from 250 kilometres away. Britain's aircraft carriers are capable of deploying F-35B Lightning IIs into theatre. Astute-class submarines that carry Tomahawk cruise missiles, silent, deadly, already in the region. And soldiers, including the SAS and SBS, arguably the finest special forces in the world. If this escalates to a ground rescue mission, these are the lads you want. Britain might not have America's numbers, but pound for pound, the British military punches above its own weight. Let's be honest, President Trump wants headlines. He wants to say he's standing alone against Iran, but the facts don't support it. American bombers are launching from British bases. American pilots are flying with British intelligence. American logistics are running through British territory. The UK isn't standing on the sidelines. The UK is standing right next to America, just not in the way Trump wants to admit. So the next time someone tells you Britain isn't helping, show them this video. Now go check out our video on the UK and US special relationship. Hi soldiers, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments and check out our merchant membership programs. And don't forget to comment legacy for your family's military history. And don't forget to check back in again soon. That's an order.